Got 4,993 R's and 1/10 on this Wood-Mizer LT40 Super HD vacuum set command control. It's nearly 10 years old. We ordered it in late 2001, got it in February of and running in February of 2002. We made some mods on it. First thing was took the little short handle off of this tensioner, replaced it with a nut. You use a wrench on, and got a handy dandy storage place here for that wrench. When you have to change blades 2 or 3 times a day in production mode, comes in handy, especially when you get old and your hands get arthritic and stuff. All the motors on it are original. When we first got it, or soon after, we got extra brushes and stuff like that, a lot of extra parts, switches and solenoids and whatnot, wear items. And so far we've not replaced any brushes, with the exception of the ones in the hydraulic pumps. Went out a couple of times in the first 2,000 hours. This mill has been real reliable. We try not to abuse it, but we use it. It's grungy dirty. We don't detail it every evening or anything like that. We use it nearly every day. I hazard to guess how many millions of board feet we've sawn on it. We saw, like I said, nearly every day. That includes weekends and holidays. No rest for the wicked. Number of mods on the mill. One of them you might see is, latest one is the drag back. It's kind of a small version of the one that the Wood-Mizer puts on the LT70. This is homemade version here. I made it to hinge up out of the way, but finds it just as convenient just to pull that bolt and pull it off when we don't need it. It's shorter, narrower, and less fingers than the 70, but it's been real reliable. We've only had that on there about 6 months. We're on AccuSet 2. Matter of fact, we field tested AccuSet 2 about a year before probably it was released. We had some input into it and real pleased with it. Since release time, it's just been as reliable as an anvil. Just really pleased with it. Accuracy. The only thing we've added to the mill since we got the factory is that we added the Wood-Mizer, and that's worked out well. You probably can't see it in the dim light there. Some of the other mods we did was I took off. Let me roll the head here. Oop, that was stupid. Took off the contact strip. It was a constant, kind of showing you where it's not there. Kind of a constant nuisance keeping it bright and contact made and everything. So we replaced it with cable running through the cable track, cat track here, and it ran back to the pumps, and so hydraulic worked everywhere all the time. Then the second mod we did, we took out the hydraulic pumps out of the box. Let me pause this. We took the pumps out of the box and replaced it with a 7.5 horsepower, 6 gallon per minute power unit with 40 gallons. Run on a 3-phase motor. It sits in a building on the other side. We just ran, might be able to see a black hose running into there. There's hose running in and out, and just plumbed it right into the valve body on the Wood-Mizer. After we did that, that worked well. I replaced the battery with I took the battery off of where it was placed Original factory position was right here underneath this saw head, and I took it out and remodeled the box and made a sloping shelf there so the debris would fall off whenever we were using it. That's about the extent of the mods. Oh, well, we were sawing a lot of short logs. For quite a while we were sawing a lot of short logs, and the two middle manual back supports became a real problem, especially when you got a command control. So I worked and figured and scratched and come up with a way to link all four back supports together so that it would be power and come up and down at the same time. I've since then moved all the four rollers that came with the mill that was on the outer two back supports to the left side of all four of them. That seemed to work a little bit better. That was an easy mod. That's about the extent of the mods I can think of right now. I think there's probably a few more small ones, but again, real pleased with it. I don't know if we'll ever buy another mill, because this one seems like it's going to hold up for as long as we'll want to use it. So, a little bit about this table. We originally had the slide back table that came with the mill. It probably worked pretty good on one with the portable unit, but just wasn't really enough and worked well with one that had stationary, because you couldn't accumulate lumber on it. So we first built a little extension out in front of it to kind of help with board drag back, and then we replaced the whole thing with a table that part of it is existing here now. After a bit, we replaced the whole table with this wooden one here. We just tried it out. We put it on sawhorses, and I built this kind of a rinky-dink roller on the end, and just out of using gauge straps for hinge places, and need a few screws in this hub on this side, but otherwise it still works. Once we put the drag back guides back on, the table was pretty decrepit, so I went back and put the factory slide table back on, and cut the old table off and linked it in together. I just happened to find a piece of 1-inch tube stock that worked out just right to just kind of hook it over here and support it on this side, and rest on that on the frame of the sawmill on the other side, and it all just kind of worked out. Sometimes it does that. Well, I'm going to fire it up and maybe see how this drag back works or not.